Vivek Ramaswamy has quit the Department of Government Efficiency. So what does it mean now that Elon Musk will be its sole leader? I'm Veronica Dudo. Let's find out.
This is In America Today from the Ticker News Studios in New York City.
Vivek Ramaswamy, the former co-leader of the Department of Government Efficiency, recently addressed rumors about his departure from an advisory panel led by Elon Musk. While some speculated he was fired, Ramaswamy stated the decision was mutual, emphasizing collaboration and a shared mission to improve the country. His exit comes amid speculation that he may be planning a gubernatorial run in Ohio following his mission as a Senate replacement for J.D. Vance. For more, I'm joined by Silicon Valley entrepreneur and U.S.-Vietnam relations advocate Allison Nguyen. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Veronica.
So let's begin with, how do you envision the Department for Government Efficiency evolving to address the most pressing challenges in modern governance?
Well, that's a big question. So I'm just so glad that we have someone so smart, one of the smartest man alive, Elon Musk, to tackle this issue. The leadership starts with Donald Trump making America first. However, America has been last many of these years. And so how do we get to America first? Well, we need to cut our spending. We need to cut some of the bloat. We look at California, look at some of these states, look at some of these departments. They're spending billions of dollars, yet they can't even turn the water on. So how do we turn the water on? How do we cut some of the fat and make sure that our government is working for us, that we get basic services, water, electricity, internet? I know that with the $1 trillion infrastructure bill under Biden, he was supposed to provide internet for everyone. They're supposed to spend billions on having these electric car chargers. I think only 8 chargers were built after billions of dollars were spent, and they didn't provide any additional internet services to people, yet they passed and spent $1 trillion. We can't have that. That's $1 trillion of American taxpayer money. We need to be able to run this in a very efficient way. I trust Elon to do the back end infrastructure for Trump. President Trump is our moral and spiritual leader right now. He is a great guy. He sets the vision, America first, and to someone who really also cares about people and embrace them with Judeo-Christian values and spirituality. So you don't have to be Jewish, you don't have to be a Christian, but he embraces spirituality. He forgives people. I mean, just look at how he's able to work with Mark Zuckerberg, with Jeff Bezos, even with Sam Altman, some of his harshest critic. He's turn it around. God says that happiness is a forgiver, and he's forgiven some of his foes. He's worked with them. And then Elon Musk, I really see him in the system as like the accounting, the IT guy almost, auditing the government and making sure that things are working really well. The spreadsheet guy, right? To make sure that we're following the moral and also the wonderful vision and leadership of POTUS.
You really laid it out very well with President Trump, very comfortable in his role as a CEO, of course, now commander-in-chief. We have seen more done in his first 100 hours than we have in some presidents' past first 100 days. So really, they are hitting the ground running. But if we do just kind of dig in a little bit more on that tech aspect, how can technology, particularly AI and automation, possibly be integrated into the department's efforts to enhance government efficiency?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. First, we need to understand what the problem is, and is it a technology problem? So oftentimes I see people trying to use technology to solve like a human problem or a moral or a leadership problem. For example, we can take, what's going on in my home state of California right now, as these wildfires are still waging on, and my daughter is about 2 blocks away from the evacuation zone. So, I mean, is that a technology problem? Is that a human problem? Or is it a mixture of both? So I think before we implement technology solutions, and I think Elon is very sophisticated and savvy in this, we can't just use AI as a Band-Aid. We need to kind of sit down and understand what's the problem. Is it bureaucratic red tape? Is it like rationalizing and giving too much power to these environmental groups to save some fish? And is the fish really being saved? And, you know, we're placing value over some fish over the lives of millions of people in California, right? And so first we need to set our priorities. What are our priorities? Get everybody on the same page. America first. Humans first, people first. So now we have that. Okay, well then how can we service the people, the citizens, and let that lead? Because as a researcher in robotics and AI, I think some people can just fall in love with technology. They think it can solve everything. And I'm experienced to know that humans are the ones that solve the problem, and technology and AI is a tool. So let's first identify what are the problems very specifically, very tangibly, whether it's in housing and urban development, whether it's in FEMA, whether it's in Homeland Security, immigration. What are the issues specifically, and how can we improve with our values, human values, morality, instead of all these consultants and lobbyists making millions of dollars off of taxpayers' money, or very niche liberal groups, whether they're environmentalists or liberal social activists that don't represent the majority of people. We need to really understand the problem, because like the political landscape can be very noisy, and I think our president is very savvy. He can cut through that. Once we cut through that and understand the problem, then we have the world's smartest man to put together a technology plan, which may or may not include AI to solve those problems.
With about 30 seconds left, what role do you see public-private partnerships playing in advancing the department's mission?
I think it's a very important thing to do, to have companies help the federal government. Private companies are on the cutting edge of AI. So once we've identified the problems, we need to put things out to open bidding. For example, like TikTok, the government shouldn't be selecting who should win the bid. It should be up to public bidding. Whoever is most qualified to solve problems in the United States, whether it's data privacy with social media, whether it's with immigration, whether it's with wildlife management, the government should oversee that, make sure that the bidding is fair, transparent, and competitive, and just let the best people, let cream rise to the top, the people and the companies that are the best performers in America.
Allison Wynn, thanks so much for your time today.
Thank you, Veronica.
This is Ticker. We'll be right back.